The Beatles didn't just step into the limelight, they exploded into it. In the blink of an eye, the four lads from Liverpool went from local fame to a full-blown global phenomenon. Barely 18 months had passed since their debut single Love Me hit UK shelves in October 1962. And already they were captivating 73 million American viewers on The Ed Sullivan Show. Their breakout hit, I Want to Hold Your Hand, wasn't just a song. It was a cultural lightning bolt that sparked Beatlemania across the Atlantic. That single became their first chart topper in the United States, opening the floodgates for a cascade of hits. After 7 weeks, at number 1, I Want to Hold Your Hand gave way to She Loves You. And over the next half year, 4 more Beatles songs claimed the top spot. Their domination was total. Overnight, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, John Lennon, and Ringo Starr became icons, faces recognized in every corner of the globe. But fame, as dazzling as it may be, came with a heavy cost. The whirlwind left them breathless, and adjusting to life under a global microscope was no easy feat. Among them, John Lennon carried the weight of fame most heavily. The glare of the spotlight stirred something deeper inside him, an emotional unrest that began to bleed into his music. Reflecting decades later, in an interview with Playboy, John admitted that he hadn't fully grasped what was happening to him back then. He had felt lost in the frenzy, and without even realizing it, was crying out for help through his songs. That unspoken plea found its voice in Help, which became the title track for the band's second feature film and its accompanying album. The song's origin was almost incidental. John began writing it in spring 1965, right after learning the film's title had changed. Suddenly, a new song was needed, and fast. Stanley Parks, John's close relative, recalled how Lennon came home from the studio one evening, clearly frustrated. He explained that the title change had forced him to come up with a new song on the spot, one that matched the word help. But rather than just ticking a box, John poured his emotional state into the lyrics. What emerged was more than just another pop hit. Though the public heard a bright, up-tempo tune, John later revealed that its core was a genuine emotional cry. At the time, he had told himself he was simply doing his job, writing for a film. But years later, he recognized the truth. He had embedded his vulnerability into every line. He referred to that chapter of his life as his Fat Elvis period, a time when he felt bloated, anxious, and disconnected from the person he once was. He saw that version of himself on screen and heard it echoed in the lyrics. The song's longing for the carefree days of youth was not just nostalgic, it was painfully real. But Help wasn't the only moment John turned inward. His introspection had already begun with I'm a Loser, featured on the band's 4th album, Beatles for Sale, released in late 1964. This track, which dealt with heartbreak and emotional defeat, marked the beginning of a more honest, self-reflective Lennon. It was the start of a new chapter in his songwriting, one where the playful masks were slowly lifted, revealing a man wrestling with fame, identity, and emotion. Songs like Nowhere Man and Help would follow, each one peeling back another layer of the Beatles' most complex soul.